Moving out to California has definitely been an interesting experience. Picking an aspect of the religious diversity to talk about is kind of impossible because coming out here, it's kind of like a little kid walking into Disney World for the first time. It's just stuff everywhere, and I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. It's just a ton of stuff being thrown at me at once, and it's kind of complete culture shock in a way. So my exposure to variety, diversity, anything was pretty limited. I came out to San Luis Obispo for school from a small town in Wisconsin called Ripon. It covers all of 5 square miles and has a population of 8,000 people, which is more than the surrounding cities, so we're doing better than they are. But it's your typical small town setup. You got your houses, we have 1 grocery store, 1 Walgreens, 1 post office, but despite the small area of our town, we managed to fit 16 churches into Ripon, all of them Christian-based. 12 of them are Protestant, 1 of them is Baptist, 2 are Catholic, and 1 is Unitarian. So everything is very Christian, and Ripon is also very white. And the rest of Wisconsin is fairly similar. You have to drive a ways to see any sort of other religions. Most of Wisconsin is Protestant or Catholic. The major cities have a few other religious populations. We have Mormon, Jewish. I know there's at least 1 Sikh temple in Wisconsin, which was actually the recent victim of a shooting that made the national news. But lots of Christianity. Lots of Christianity. You can see it in our local governments, and you can also see it in our state government. Actually, you guys might have been exposed to the amount of religion in our state government. If you've been following the recent presidential race, there was a candidate running for a while named Scott Walker, and he's actually Wisconsin's current governor. And so if you know anything about his campaign, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then I came out to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo for school, and the amount of diversity I ran into was astounding, which made a lot of people laugh. And I mean, now I can see why. California as a whole is all of 57% white, whereas SLO is 84% white. So SLO is definitely more like Wisconsin than the rest of California. But SLO is still definitely way different than Wisconsin as well, and one of the major points that makes it different is how religiously diverse it is. SLO is small, and so most people don't think it would be religiously diverse. LA is more of one of the cities that is considered to be one of the more religiously diverse cities in California. You can walk down the streets in LA, and on the corner, every corner has something different. But SLO still is definitely diverse for its size. You have Catholic and Protestant here, but the amount and variety amongst the Protestants is amazing. And then we have Jewish temples and Islamic mosques, and there's a couple Buddhist temples and a Unitarian Universalist fellowship. There's all these choices in SLO to choose from in terms of religion, and they're all just here, coexisting. I had an assignment for religion class, and what we had to do was experience a religion we weren't familiar with. And so I went to the Islamic mosque in SLO called the Mosque of Nazarene, and it was just on one of the main streets. It was completely open for visitors, and they were totally willing to share everything that they're about. And it was definitely a cool experience and something that is unique to SLO and California for sure. I think religious openness like that and the willing to share is definitely what makes California different. I was sitting in religion class, and it was just assumed that everybody in the class knew the history behind the father who started all of the Catholic missions in California. I think his name was Bro Sarah or something. But, you know, everybody knew the story of how he brought Catholicism to the state and everything that he did to establish it. And it was something that people just learned in like 4th grade elementary school. It was just part of curriculum. And that is not what happened in Wisconsin. We did not learn about our own religious history, nor did we really learn about anyone else's. And so to come out here and have religion out in the open like that, and to have it discussed all the time, and to just kind of have it as a normal part of life that you're surrounded by other religions, Wisconsin is definitely not that way. And I think it's definitely the exposure and the openness that makes the amount of religious diversity in California possible. There's so much religion going on and so many things I haven't learned about and that I'm not exposed to, that taking it step by step is definitely the way to go. But California is very unique, and definitely glad I'm here.